Roni, as KPMG's Global Head of Innovation, you've brought together some amazing startups for the Global Tech Innovator competition. There's a lot of incubators, accelerators, there's a lot of pitch days, a lot of competitions. How do you differentiate the KPMG Private Enterprise Global Tech Innovator competition?
A few differentiators. One is there is huge diversity. This is one of the biggest principles, really bringing in a very nice variety of organizations, of startups from different jurisdictions and different backgrounds. Probably the biggest one is we're focused on the business. Because KPMG comes from such a strong business side, it's not looking at specifically about the technology or specifically about what the application looks like. It's about the business problem and understanding the whole mechanism of what is going to support that in order to succeed in the market.
As an investor myself, I always talk about the founder first, the founder first principle of investing. What are some of the things that you like to see in a founder if you're thinking about supporting them?
I totally agree. I'm a great advocate of the founder first approach. And when we look at the founder of a startup, we will want to see how they bring their enthusiasm, how they bring themselves into the startup.
That's one of the things that I really see in great founders is that willingness to go out and expand their network and take on as many mentors and advisors as they can possibly find.
I completely agree. You know, and we don't like to look for specific founders. We'll just look at everyone individually. But if you see a founder that has actually done this before, that gives them a great advantage just because they would understand the environment and the ecosystem. So that's a huge advantage for someone building a startup.
So from your position as the head of innovation of KPMG and the visibility you're getting to the global innovation ecosystem, what are some of the trends you're seeing emerge?
Probably quantum computing is a huge trend. That's definitely going to transform the way that we work and live. You know, we have to talk about quantum sensors, like the ability to sense, measure, understand information that we're gathering. That is going to take us to
It's truly a totally new paradigm of computing.
Completely. And think about measuring, you know, water, oil, and things like that, but also think about climate and the ability to measure and also calculate what this is going to look like. So this is where quantum computing comes in, because this is going to allow us to use completely different ways of calculating things and calculating things that computers today can't even tackle.
One of the trends that I'm seeing is a migration of AI to the edge. Are you seeing that as well?
Completely. And there's so edge AI is one of the biggest trends that we see now, and edge computing in general. And I think that's one of the amazing things that we see is just all of the trends really coming together.
Artificial intelligence is entering robotics as well. How do you see smart robotics evolving?
There's a lot of need for organizations to work smarter and more efficiently. That's not going away. There's such a huge gap there. It's going to take, you know, a decade for them to close that gap. So before, like, smart robotics that are more enhanced than what we see today, there's still a very big market in closing the existing gap with the existing technologies, even RPA, so robotic process automation, and technologies that will allow end users to automate many of the processes themselves. But yes, definitely the next level will be robotics and more advanced robotics, and computer vision will also be part of that. So when we're looking at this, we're again going back to the business problem. What are they trying to solve? Working effectively, working efficiently, and using the human resources to things that robots
What are those
can't
performance KPIs that are driving the decision making?
Basically, it's how are you able to impact your end clients, right? And so this is what the human capabilities are being used for. Everything else, you will actually use technology to solve.
So Roni, going into 2022 and beyond, what are the priorities for KPMG?
So most definitely ESG, environmental, social, and corporate governance. And within that, climate change is probably the most pressing topic for us. And part of our multi-billion-dollar plan, we are committed over the next 3 years to invest over $1.5 billion in the ESG agenda. So we're helping our clients bringing in solutions around ESG and the climate challenges, but also we are committed to action ourselves. We're committed to zero emissions by 2030, and we are committed to training our people and our professionals around ESG. So we're very passionate about that, as am I personally.